So I'm here today with Nate at Sashco. So I'm learning more about products. You guys got so many dang products, you know, and Nate, you are part of product development, you're part of marketing, and you've shared a lot of information with me. And, you know, one thing I do, you know, occasionally is I get on roofs that are dangerous, they're really steep. I have to screw roof jacks, and we call them like roof boots or something, so we can attach ladders to get on them. It's really your only option. And where I live, most roofs are asphalt shingles, and you'll flip the shingle up, slip it under the shingle and screw a screw, and people are like, oh my gosh, you know, you just created a leak in the roof. And and they act like, you know, when it starts raining, you know, 5 gallons of water is going to pour down inside the house. And you know, we flipped up the shingle, we screw a screw in there, and then before we put the shingle back down, the shingle covers the hole, but you know, it kind of like will fill in itself. But we always take and fill it with a product, you know, before, just in case. And you guys have a product called Through the Roof, and it says on here, seals leaks asphalt can't. So can you talk a little about this product, and is this product going to be beneficial and help me out when I'm screwing screws in the roof and causing massive leaks?
It's perfect for stuff like that. You know, I think there's kind of an old school mentality that if you build a roof right and flash everything properly, you're good, right? You don't need any sealant. And the exact opposite of that is you're going to get 5 gallons of water through the hole that you punch, right? But the truth of the matter is, water does go uphill, right? It can be wind-driven rain, it can be ice dams, you know, that you're getting that's taking water up, and it does occasionally get under the shingles. So we would always recommend sealing that whenever you're poking a hole through the roof. And this is perfect. You know, a lot of times folks will use kind of those nasty tar, you know, asphalt-based sealants to plug those up. And if it's under a shingle, it's not so bad. Right. But those really don't stand up well to UV.
Right.
Through the Roof comes in a clear black and white, and it's built to last in that application. It can take a beating from the sun. You know, like everything at Sashco, it's built to move, right? To expand and contract, because a roof is getting really hot, especially under a shingle, right? I mean, it might be 160 degrees under there. And it's fine for that.
So for some reason, you know, you couldn't underneath the shingle, you had to, you know, drill a hole, or there was somebody else drilled a hole and you're trying to fix it. This can go right over the top of the shingle, and it doesn't have to be underneath the shingle. It can be exposed to water, sun, and it's going to last.
Yeah, it's going to have pretty phenomenal adhesion to most roofing substrates, right? So on top of a shingle, you know, let's say you're doing a ridge cap, right? It can go there underneath the shingles, no big deal. The spot I tell people to be careful of is more on, you know, commercial applications. But if you've got like a TPO or an EPDM roof, those are rubber, right? Through the Roof is also a rubber. So guess what? The solvent in here will actually kind of dissolve the EPDM coating that you have. So it actually sticks phenomenally, but it kind of wrinkles it a little bit. And so, you know, if you get that, no big deal, but we kind of tell folks to do a test patch and make sure you're happy with that.
So it'll stick to like metal flashing too then. So, and you mentioned solvent. So this is not a water-based product?
Correct.
So if you got some on your hands, how would you clean up?
We typically use a citrus-based cleaner. You know, we're not supposed to tell folks to use mineral spirits, but that works real well on tools, I'll tell you that.
Right. Okay. So, and I see this is black. Do you have it? Does it come in clear? Okay. So it comes in clear. Comes in these tubes. This is a 10.5-ounce tube.
That's right.
Apply it with a caulking gun. I think I've seen it in like containers that are, is it trowelable, brushable? Yeah,
we have it in quarts and gallons as well. There's a few applications that almost everybody is using the quarts. A lot of times I'll talk about, you know, catastrophic damage, you know, tree falls on the roof. You probably need a new roof, but the contractor can't get out there for a week or two, right? You can just kind of slather that on a big area. Another one is, you know, typically you can figure out where a roof leak is coming from, but if you can't, you know, we're not recommending that you coat a whole roof with it, but But you know, let's say you have a pipe jack and you know it's coming somewhere around that pipe jack, right? You can kind of use it more like a battle axe versus a scalpel and get the job done.
So for like if a painter's on a roof and somehow a ladder slips and the ladder throws a big old huge scar in the roof or something like that, you can just take and brush some right over that scar, and that's going to seal that in case it did any damage or leaking.
That's right. Pretty popular for gutters as well.
Gutters?
Yeah.
So if you have a downspout, you know, around the downspout, it's leaking around the downspout where it insert, you can use it for that.
That's right. That's right. You want the water to get down, out, and away, right? It's got to get away from the foundation. So a leaky gutter, no good. This is perfect.
So if the gutter's wet, can you apply it while it's wet?
You can. That's part of the advantage of the solvent base, right? So it doesn't matter if it's going to rain in 10 minutes or if it's actually raining right now. You can put this on when it's wet. It'll set up and it'll be waterproof instantly.
It says humidity and rainproof. So it says seals everything that goes through the roof. So it is through the roof. So as a painter, I always have kept products, at least one product in my vehicle for, you know, in case I had to drill a hole in a roof. And I mean, I'd probably 10, 15 times a year we run into that situation. People assume I drill the holes, I walk away, leave holes that are leaked. I don't. I always have something. This is probably one of the best options you can possibly, you know, use for that. So clear or black. I typically keep black. Most of the roofs are in Idaho, they're black roofs, but I also keep a clear product, you know, just in case. I have a green roof or a blue roof or something, so I don't want to put black on green. So
and it does come in white too.
It comes in white,
which is, you know, a common gutter color.
Oh, right? There you go. So, my gutters are white, so that totally makes sense. So through the roof, if you have not seen it, you have now seen it. So if you got any questions about the product, you got questions for Nate, leave them down in the comments section below. I'm sure Nate would love to answer those questions. And like we always say, we'll see you next time right here on Paint Life TV. Out.